All right, next we're going to evaluate functions. Okay, this is something you've done. It can be a little tricky at times. So I've given the function g of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 7. So I've got to evaluate the following, g of negative 5. So what does this mean? What I tell the students to think about is g of x becomes g of negative 5. What changed? Okay, what do? You see negative 5 is replaced x. So you just plug in negative 5 for x. Okay, in the equation. So g of negative 5, basically what this means is anytime I see an x, instead of writing x, I'm going to write negative 5 instead. Now, when you plug in a value, put parentheses around it. Okay, because I'm going to square the whole value, negative 5. Okay, and also remember your calculator does not like it whenever you don't put parentheses around it, because that's technically wrong, because it would square first and then multiply by a negative. So you want to avoid that. You're welcome to type this in your calculator. We could do this algebraically. Negative 5 squared, negative 5 times itself again, negative 5, which is 25. Negative times a negative is positive, so negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10, plus 7. Okay, so g of negative 5, I'll write that again here. 25 plus 10 is 35. 35 plus 7 is 42. Okay, so all you're doing here is you're finding out whatever it simplifies to, the expression simplifies to on the right, your answer. Okay, so you're not trying to separate those. This is just how you write the expression. Now you could also type this in your calculator. Remember, anytime you do a negative square, put parentheses around it, because you got to make sure you and your calculator are on the same page. All right, on the next one, g of x plus 4. Okay, so we're going to look and see what's different from x and x plus 4. Well, you're just going to plug in. Anytime you see x, instead of writing x, you're going to put x plus 4. So plug in x plus 4 for x. Okay, so plug in x plus 4 for x. I'm going to rewrite this expression. Anytime I see x, I'm going to put in x plus 4. And remember, when you plug in things, I would recommend you put parentheses around it. So I'm plugging in a value there. So if I see x, I'm putting x plus 4. I'm going to put parentheses around it. Instead of writing x, I'm going to write x plus 4 plus 7. Okay, this gets a little messy because now we got to talk about x plus 4 squared. Sometimes it's a common mistake students make. X plus 4 squared. If I have a value squared, it's that value times itself again. So x plus 4 squared is x plus 4 times x plus 4. Okay, so we've got to do the either FOIL or distributive property. I like doing distributive property because it always works. FOIL would work in this case though. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, and then we're going to simplify. You got the like terms in the middle, x squared plus 8x plus 16. Okay, so that takes care of that piece. Now let's clean up the rest of it. Now it's minus 2 times this whole quantity. So what I would do here is I would distribute negative 2 into that quantity. So multiply each of these terms by negative 2. So negative 2 times x be minus 2x. Negative 2 times 4 be minus 8. And then we add plus 7 at the end. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up. So I want to clean up what's on the right. X squared has no common terms. We've got 8x minus 2x, that'd be 6x. 16 minus 8 is 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. And so this is my answer here. All right, last one, g of negative x. So you're going to plug in negative x for x. Okay, let me rewrite this. Didn't give myself enough room. Negative x for x. So anytime I see x, we'll plug in negative x. So x squared, so negative x squared minus 2 times negative x plus 7. Okay, now let's simplify this. So negative x squared, remember that's negative x times negative x. What's negative times negative? Positive. So this is going to be x squared. And then remember, just like I did over here, I'm going to treat this like negative 2. Negative 2 times negative x. Negative times negative is a positive, so it'd be plus 2x. And 7's unaffected there. So g of negative x is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 7.